Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you hearing you. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, grab a pew. Yes, it's finally here, Avengers Endgame, and the critics' initial reactions have been posted online. And what are they calling it? Avengers Endgame first reviews call it Marvel's epic masterpiece. Well, did we expect anything else from these people? So let's have a look. Right, I'm excited for this film, by the way. I believe personally there's three masterpieces in this franchise. It's Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Infinity War, and Endgame. But yes, I've seen it. But let's look at what the big important critics think. Avengers Endgame made its world premiere in Los Angeles earlier tonight, with the assembled cast and crew all in attendance, which means the very first reviews of the film are finally out. People have seen Avengers Endgame. It exists. It is real. For the rest of us, it is almost here. And according to the critics who were the first people in the world to see it, it is an epic masterpiece. I am surprised. Critics say it's the grand finale of this phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is supremely satisfying. They say it's extraordinary. They call it something that exceeds the best possible version of what Avengers Endgame should be. People were talking about crying multiple times during the film. Yeah, that was just when they were holding their wee in. Where was I? Crying multiple times during the film. Basically, the short version is they thought it was good. It's a good movie. They liked it. Here's a sampling of the first reviews of the film. We had a hard time finding any with any kind of negative comments. Actually, John Campier calls it a very ordinary 2 hours and it only gets into the gear in the finale. But that's his opinion. That is John Campier, by the way. But at least there's kind of some honesty there. Anyway, but there are one or two mixed in there. So let's have a look. Cara Warner. Wow, Avengers Endgame, just wow, what a supremely satisfying film. See it as soon as you can and go in as blind as possible. Well, that ain't going to be possible for me, Cara, because I've already bloody seen it. Brandon Davies, I like Brandon, but he's very Marvel shill. Avengers Endgame is an outstanding, amazing film. I've never seen anything like it since Infinity War. This movie is everything I wanted it to be, and so much more. Amazing. Anthony Brescian. Avengers Endgame just ended. No spoiler, but some first thoughts. Epic is the word. Epic. Multiplied by a decade of emotion, excitement, and investment. This is the payoff. It left me with a full heart, but one I had has some scars on it. Those are the strongest kind, after all. Kyle Buchan, Endgame, Infinity War, that's it. Right, Sean Gerber goes into it a bit more. Avengers Endgame is every bit the masterpiece it deserves to be. It's extraordinary. It is a conclusion worthy of the greatest cinematic saga of all time. Opinions. Congratulations to everyone who had anything to do with this film, or the 21 films before it. I am emotionally spent. Peter Siretta. Imagine the best possible version of Avengers Endgame, and somehow the film still surpasses all expectations. I cried 5-6 times. It's the most emotional, most epic MCU film, a tribute to 10 years of this universe, and holy shit, the great fan service in this movie. So good. The problem is fan service can cover a multitude of sins. No spoilers here, but cameos and and fan service doesn't mean it's great storytelling. But anyway. All right, he's back. Brandon Davies is back to tell us more. Avengers Endgame is a masterful epic, a true culmination of 22 films that not only concludes the story, but expands upon it. You'll learn more about the other movies. How much more is there to learn? Anyway, while this one unfolds, if Infinity War is the brawn, Endgame is the brains, and wow, what an ending. Avengers Endgame is an immensely satisfying payoff, not just to Infinity War, but to all the films that came before. This is why the MCU, and I say this as someone who was not especially enamoured of Infinity War. How can you not be enamoured by Infinity War? Basically, your opinion of this one has kind of been deleted because you said you didn't really like Infinity War. Wow. Russ Fisher. Somehow, even under a layer of Hulk CG, Mark Ruffalo manages to look like he's having the time of his life. In fact, Mark is a critically acclaimed actor and an activist. He's a great guy. I think he's too talented for this role, but he certainly is a great... Oh, it's our old friend, Mark Hughes, at Mark Hughes Films. He blocked me when we argued over what kind of box office would be acceptable for Justice League to Warner Brothers. Anyway, here he is. Avengers Endgame is the film of the year. The film of the year, pal. You ain't seen the other films yet, you... Oh, right, so far. No. I suppose, yes, it is. All right, okay, let's take this biased off. It is the best film so far, okay. Avengers Endgame is the film of the year. If you thought you'd seen comics brought fully to the big screens already, prepare to reset your expectations again. Oh, that's it? Oh, Mark. Humberto Gonzalez, old friend who denies the existence of the Snyder Cut. Thoughts, still processing. I laughed, I cried multiple times. I screamed, but overall an epic ending to the Infinity Saga. You screamed? You really screamed in a cinema full of celebrities and actors and producers and directors? Of course you didn't, you bloody liar. Jermaine Lucia. Wow, Avengers Endgame. They just start with the same thing. It's like they've all got the same script, isn't it? It's staggering. It's surprising in ways I never saw coming and satisfying in ways I didn't realise I needed. It's kind of the ultimate gift to fans of the MCU. It's very long and has a few hiccups, but it's everything you're hoping for and more. A few hiccups. I actually agree with Campia. The first 2 hours drag. It's like watching episodes 1 and 2 of season 8 of Game of Thrones. Nothing particularly is happening until the finale, and I think it's going to be a big issue here. But of course, the Shields will cover this up. Eric Eisenberg. This can't be understated. Avengers Endgame is everything you want it to be and more. I'm absolutely flawed, a perfect reflection on the last 11 years that pays off everything in the best way possible. Without question, my new favourite Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Stunned. This is the problem with this generation as well. The latest film is always the best film. That really pisses me off. I don't know about you. Avengers Endgame is a lot, too much at times, but wow, the payoff is huge. Left me proud to have invested over a decade in a franchise that delivers an inspiring exploration. Yeah, especially 442 Iron Man 3, right? Anyway, that delivers an inspiring exploration of what it means to be family. And a hero. Endgame also now has one of my favourite shots in the entire MCU. And that is what we've got so far. Hang on. I think there's a few fan reactions here. So disjointed, awkward and ugly, you'd swear Marvel was caught totally by surprise when Iron Man became a smash and they rushed this into production. Loki has never committed a crime as bad as casting of Tim Ross. Sorry, this is actually totally saying unrelated. Am I bad? They're talking about the Incredible Hulk. Actually, I actually like the Incredible Hulk. Wow, there's actually a few. This is interesting, actually. Sorry about this. You can turn off if you don't want to hear this. This is a Thoughts on the Dark World. We almost got a Patty Jenkins 4. How awesome would that have been? Instead, we got this dreary chase of a mystical MacGuffin involved one of the most boring villains in the entire MCU. If there's an upside, here it is, that without this movie cratering so badly, Marvel may not have been so willing to take a chance and make things up so drastically with Thor Ragnarok. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. So they are the initial reactions of Avengers Endgame. I concur with most of them. Listen, let me tell you about Infinity War and Endgame. They're two double season finale. No, that's not fair, right? Infinity War is the season finale of the first part of the MCU, right? Part 1. Then I think the first couple of hours of Endgame, a part 2 of this series finale. Now, the finale of this film is actually the premiere of the next season, the next era of the MCU, and they really do launch it in an amazing way. And that's what I would say about that. No spoilers. So please comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you again later when I'll be doing today's edition of the DCEU Daily.